Some of them we don't have much control of. Some of them we do have some control of. And so perhaps I can hand over to Kim to take us through, if appropriate.
Sorry, Chair, do you want to start from one and do the minutes and apologies?
Yes.
You're
minutes of the last meeting. Yes, I can see the last meeting was 22nd of July 2025. The meeting began at 7:03 p.m. and I can see that it ended at 7:08 p.m. So that was. Does anyone have anything to say about the minutes?
Agreed.
Good. We're already trying to beat that record.
So I go on telly, is that?
Then apologies for absence. I haven't received any apologies.
Councillor Durrant has sent his apologies.
Thank you. Are there any declarations of interest? No. There's no public participation. So now we move on to licensing fees and charges. So I can hand over to you, Kim, to introduce this.
Yeah, so as you said, we're here for the licensing fees and charges for 2026-27. Hopefully everybody's had a chance to have a read through. As an overview, the charges that we can add anything to have all generally had 2% put onto them. All of the charges under the Licensing Act 2003 stay the same as they're set by the central government. Gambling Act 2005 are capped, so some of those are already at their cap. Some have been pushed up nearer. And everything else has had 2% put on. So the recommendations is that the licensing committee hopefully approve, and then we can put those forward for full approval and put those out next year.
Okay.
Okay.
Are there any questions from anyone?
Could I just ask a
Yes.
question? The inflation rate is above 3 at the moment. And I read somewhere in the documentation that we are currently running a deficit on the overall cost of the licensing department.
Yes, we always do because we can't put up the.
What was the rationale about making the increase less than the rate of inflation, given that we were already running a deficit?
The decision came from the finance department, but it's also that we don't want to price out our licence holders and encourage any unlicensed activity due to the prices being too high.
So there is some rationale behind it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Thanks.
Okay. Any more?
No, I think 2% is quite fair, really, the way things.
I noticed that there are some. Annex C is the ones in Annex C and Annex D are the ones that we have a bit more control of. Is that right? That's the club premises certificates.
No, we don't have any control over those.
Yeah.
So premises licensing, club premises are all set by.
So they're all 0% change. So none of these change.
They're set by the central government.
Then the animal boarding establishments, I can see there's sort of small change in those two.
Yeah, so
nothing
those
more than 3%. So 2.something%. So we can uplift those. So that's
yeah.
Okay. And then there isn't really very much more than £1 change each.
No, it's not too much. No.
Any? What have you got anything to say?
I haven't got our fees and charges, Joe. I just want a question about pavement licences. Are all of the operators that we're of using the pavement actually licensed, or do we have trouble getting them to apply?
So most are, but our compliance and enforcement officers do patrol regularly, and they've got sort of hotspot areas, if you like, that they go and check on. And then anybody who hasn't got a licence is obviously then advised what they need to do to get one. If they've got the pavement licence out at the time, that we'll ask them to remove it, or it would be removed until they've got a licence. So yeah, they are out checking as often as possible, just to see if anybody's got their tables and chairs out without the licence. So we try and keep on top of it as best we can.
But the bigger chains, excuse my voice, the bigger chains, the sort of national bakery chains that are in the town centre, they tend to comply, do they?
Yeah, the bigger places, so you like your big coffee shops, yeah.
Wenzel's or Breakfast.
Yeah, they're all pretty good, to be fair.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. If there are no more questions, then it's sorry. Yes, it's 19:35, so we've now been only 5 minutes again. So I think Councillor Tyndall, you have something.
Just for interest, is there a plan in the future over the next year or so, once the decisions have been made, to bring a paper to this committee about how licensing will work across whatever unitary body is
We don't
suggested.
know at the moment, nobody knows what's happening yet, so I would assume so, but I don't know for certain.
Fine.
Thank you very much. That concludes this evening's meeting. Thank you all very much for coming.
We've all agreed then,
You all agree?
We have to agree.
No.
Jonathan, come on.
Voted.